5 seconds to go. Start. I am truly delighted to be here in your midst to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Institute of Defense Studies and Analysis. I am particularly happy that you have chosen on this auspicious occasion to honor your former director for helping to lay a strong foundation for this institution in its formative years. His incisive writings continue to stimulate and contribute to the thinking of strategic analysts and policy makers in this vital area of national concern. We look forward to many more years of active contribution from this doyen of the strategic community in India to the vital policy debates of our times. Over the years, he has pointed out in his writings the importance of making strategic choices that affect our national security and well being by careful weighing of costs and benefits without getting trapped in black and white views of the world, ignoring the shades in between in which the real world manifests itself. He has been an ardent advocate of a holistic vision of national security tempered with a sense of realism and pragmatism. Let me therefore suggest that, in keeping with our known principle on the need for long term planning, we use this anniversary celebration to own strategic policy planning in general and on IDSA's contributions to this process in particular. On balance, I think it is fair to say that over the past 4 decades, IDSA has largely fulfilled its mission. While the existence of IDSA as one of our few strategic think tanks suggests a deeper need to create an adequately vibrant strategic community, this is perhaps a subject for study in its own right. Suffice here to say that I believe your institute has rendered great service, often in difficult circumstances, to promote strategic thinking, inform policymakers and the public at large, and to develop a community of strategic thinkers. I congratulate all those associated with this institute for contributing to strategic studies and institution building in a vital area of national concern. However, an anniversary is also an occasion to objectively consider the lessons of the past and to strategize to meet the challenges of our future. I would like to briefly outline the challenges that confront us today. It is a truism that despite the progress humankind has recorded, war, disease, and ignorance, we can therefore draw no comfort from the trends that determine our future. Optimists suggest that the present security challenges will at worst persist, but pessimists forecast total devastation. Pragmatists suggest that security problems will worsen over time, but probably incrementally. Personally, despite my own training in the dismal science of economics, I am inclined to be more optimistic than the optimists. Perhaps Bonar Law was right when he said that there is no such thing as an inevitable war. If war comes, it will be from the failure of human wisdom. I believe that peace in our troubled and violent age requires eternal vigil, patience, and wisdom. We must all work together to analyze potential sources of conflict to find solutions without resource to arms. It is this that is the challenge before governments and humankind as a whole. It is in this context that centers of research and think tanks derive their importance. Policy making in most countries is often reactive. Governments are driven by deadlines and events. And once an event occurs, it is a bit late to plan for it. This is one reason why so many problems are difficult to resolve. Proactive planning is the goal of strategic thinkers worldwide, and this is where your community must step up efforts to identify problems, highlight trends, develop scenarios, and suggest policy options before crises overtake us. I have often said and felt that there is a dearth of long term planning. Of course, there is a saying of a very famous Cambridge economist, Lord Keynes, who said, in the long term, we are all dead, but I do believe that that there is a need for long term planning. On the one hand, policy papers can sometimes become impractical, and on the other, policy options are sometimes short of long term vision. Our academia loses its sense of independence, and government begins to devalue inputs from outside its system. There is therefore an obvious interest in strengthening mutual interaction to focus on long term planning. In the language of economics, the cost of investing in long term policy making in time, money, and energy are quantifiable and immediate. Unfortunately, however, the benefits are reaped only in future and all too frequently by successors. These benefits are also hard to quantify since a crisis averted does not register on the popular consciousness. Naturally, the incentive for in depth analysis and long term policy planning has always been weak despite the obviously disastrous consequences of ignoring such efforts. Having said that, let me celebrate my perspective of our security environment. There are those who define security solely in the narrow of violent conflict as only. Stop.